Another Republican is quitting, and it is now putting the House majority in danger. This is truly fascinating because it is another disaster of their own making. They lost George Santos after he was expelled. We are seeing individually members of the House resign. And the latest is Republican Mike Gallagher from Wisconsin, chair of the China Select Committee. He is bailing out, quitting on April 19th of this year. When he leaves, this is going to leave House Republicans with a 1-vote margin. Remember, they won the House in 2022, but that slim majority to begin with has been becoming slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. There's going to be a special election for the seat formerly held by Brian Higgins in New York, expected to remain in the hands of Democrats. Gallagher saying he planned to retire at the end of the term, but now he is leaving more quickly. And again, it's a similar situation to others that we've seen. He had discussions with his family, he says. He coordinated with House Republican leadership. And this is the time that he determined he is going to leave. He was considered a rising star in the Republican Party, declined to run against Senator Tammy Baldwin over on the Senate side. And now we have a situation where it is going to go to 217 for Republicans. Ken Buck, of course, in Colorado, as we discussed last week or the week before, going to be resigning as well. So what is this going to do when it comes to the majority? Well, it leaves zero room for dissent. When you have a majority that is this slim, any dissent can mean you don't pass the bill. It's that simple. And one of the real questions as we move forward is, what is Speaker of the House Mike Johnson going to do about this when it comes to from here through the election? Is it going to be prevent votes from coming forward, putting the House essentially at a standstill unless you really are so confident that you have the votes that you need? You also have a major risk of defection, where Democrats who control the White House, control the Senate, and don't quite control the House can now start to go to some of the more reasonable members of the House. You only need a few at this point. You go to just a few members of the House and say, hey, what would it take for you to join us on this particular issue or on that particular issue? And it actually endangers it from the point of Republicans. Obviously, it's a great thing for Democrats. It endangers Republicans in the sense that just a few members of the House could end up granting Democrats significant wins that then can be used by Democrats to justify their elections in November. So this is interesting in a number of different ways, not the least of which it was supposed to be a red wave in 2022. Well, they fell further behind in terms of control of the Senate. They did squeak out control of the House, but between Buck and Santos and forthcoming Gallagher and other problems in the House, their practical majority is going to be almost zero. I love to say sometimes it couldn't happen to nicer people, but these are generally not nice people, at least not so far, not insofar as their legislative priorities go. And if indeed they get crushed in November, which I'm not predicting, it could happen. They could get crushed in November, although I don't know, and we all need to get out and vote. It would be deservingly so. Santos says he's running again. We've got the Lauren Boebert situation. I mean, this is really whacked stuff that's going on. If anybody deserves to lose, it's Republicans who squeak out barely a majority, almost lose it, have no policy platform on which they are running, and may end up losing everything after claiming we're going to win it all. Much of this is top down. So it will really depend on who gets out to vote for Trump, who stays home, and what portion of Republicans are motivated to go out and say, Trump's not for me. I'm voting Biden. We've heard from some of them. We'll hear from another one later on today. So let's take a quick break. Packed program, much more coming right up. If you're struggling with anxiety or depression, you're certainly not alone. Millions of Americans are searching for ways to just feel better. Many feel they've exhausted every option. They don't know where to turn. If that sounds like you, then guided ketamine therapy from Mind Bloom could be a game changer. Our sponsor, MindBloom, can help you potentially feel better faster. I've been reading about ketamine therapy and ketamine treatment for a long time for depression and anxiety. We've done interviews about it on the show. There are many promising studies, and MindBloom is the leader in ketamine therapy. They've helped tens of thousands of people overcome anxiety and depression. MindBloom's expert clinicians and guides can help you feel better and quickly, not weeks or months. And you can complete treatment entirely from the comfort of your home. In a study of over 1,000 MindBloom clients, 89% reported improvements in anxiety and depression after just 4 sessions. And now MindBloom has new programs that go beyond just depression and anxiety to overcome life's everyday challenges. MindBloom is offering my audience $100 off your first 6-session program when you sign up at mindbloom.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman. Break free from the anxiety, the depression, feel better with MindBloom. The link is down below.